Friday, January 16th, 2015. My name is Jason Ben Parsons and I'm an autistic self-advocate. I've been intending to do this video for quite some time, but I've been busy getting ready to start school, which I actually did on Monday. This is the first time that I've gone to school since I've graduated since I graduated back in 1988, and so this is something that's I've been wanting to do for quite a while, to basically get off SSI and all other public forms of public support. Okay, so anyways, and also as an autistic self-advocate, I've written a book that I posted free online, so you can download PDF copies at aacphoenix.com. But anyways, one of the things I've been discussing is a lot of different issues, including addressing issues pertaining to the education of autistics, and specifically dealing with the classroom struggles that autistics have, and presenting theories about what I believe might have helped me do better in high school had I known back then what I know today. Well, now I get to put those theories into practice, and as far as what they are, is understanding who I am, well, first of all, one of the things that I figured out is that when I'm in a public setting, I have an easier time of focusing on the center. Okay, the teacher in the school, pastor at a church. I can't think of the bloody words. Focal point. Yes, that's the bloody word I'm thinking of, is focal point. Okay, is being able to focus on the focal point if I'm if I'm closer to that focal point, such as sitting in the front row. And another thing that I figured out is I do still have an auditory processing issue pertaining in my left ear, and so I have this innate thing where I'm always turning my right ear to somebody. If I'm having trouble hearing them, even if they're on my left side, I turn my right ear, because a lot of times it does make it easier for me to process what they're hearing. Otherwise, it can sound garbled. And so in class, I'm seated at the front left hand from the student side of the classroom, which means that the teacher is always on my right side, and I'm always right up in front of the teacher, up front, where the teacher is at. And so this is the first two accommodations, which basically involve me showing up early to grab the first seat. But in school, junior high and high school, they would seat us according to seating charts, and with my last name being Parsons, I was always seated in the back away from the teacher. And so this is one of the reasons why I believe that I could do a lot better this time around. And another thing is that I am pathetically slow at writing. Okay, I'm pathetically slow with my hands, period. I don't care what the project is, including taking notes, and that became very clear in 7th grade social studies class, when back in the days of chalkboards, our classroom had two big chalkboards. The teacher would write a bunch of stuff on the first chalkboard and elaborate on it, and then write a bunch of stuff on the second chalkboard and elaborate on it. And then when he would need a third chalkboard, he would go to erase the first chalkboard, and he would ask, "Has everybody got this copied yet?" And every single time I would say, "No, I hadn't yet." And so, and after a while, my classmates would be going like, I'm infringing upon their ability to learn. Well, I was trying my hardest to write as fast as I could, but simply put, I'm just a slow writer. And so the two accommodations that I have is my tablet, which has a audio recording device, and the teacher's given me permission to record all of the lectures. And as far as note taking, she said, that if she, makes out notes, then, she can make photocopies, but basically we're, just going over textbooks. It's not like she's writing a bunch of stuff on the, on the whiteboard and we have to copy it all down. It's pretty much already in the textbook, and she just has us, highlight, certain sections that we need to make sure that we're learning. And so with these basic accommodations, which cost exactly $0, because the tablet I owned anyways, and so, without anybody spending any money on me for any accommodations, I'm able to, better, I now believe I'll be able to be a lot more successful in school. And so, anyways, when I say this, I realize that the first thing that's going to happen is some parents of those who are considered lower functioning autistics going ballistic. Oh, my child can't do that. Well, okay, I understand that, but some of us can. Okay, and if you can, how about giving yourself the benefit of the doubt, especially, in a situation where there simply isn't enough money to go around. So much of the problems in the autism community is because that there just isn't enough money to go around, to all the projects, and so that the have-nots are getting mad at the haves and starting trouble, and the haves refuse to share, and so it's like, well, we need to get the government to give us more money. Well, if the government actually does something useful, I'll throw them a ticker tape parade. But in the meantime, I'm not going to, basically throw in the towel on me improving my quality of life while I wait for a bunch of politicians to do something useful. Okay, and so that's basically one of my approaches is not getting involved with the fight over money and not waiting on politicians to do anything, is to basically take charge of my own life and figure myself out and figure out what I need to do in order to improve myself. And this is a much larger issue, that there's, that this applies to so many different areas. I'm just, this video is just basically, focusing on, these classroom issues. And so anyways, and this is something that I really believe that autistics and their loved ones, particularly their parents, would be much better off if instead of, believing that no money equals no hope, that basically they open their minds to the possibility that maybe, just maybe, you can, with better strategies and a better understanding of how autistics work, that maybe, they might be able to, improve themselves. And again, I realize that there are, autistics with much more severe struggles. Keep in mind, I learned about autism after I was diagnosed in 2009 by attending a support group that's co-led by Sue Galbach, a now retired occupational therapist, and Tara Marshall, a speech-language pathology assistant, both of whom understand autism from both a personal and professional point of view. Both of them have worked with autistics with severe issues, and both of them have, on more than one occasions, reeled me in a little bit when I've gotten a little bit too far into my, give ourselves a benefit of doubt, speech, that I don't realize that there are some autistics that, or I don't acknowledge. I do realize this, but sometimes I do get so into my speech that I don't acknowledge that they exist, but I do acknowledge this. However, as far as the autistics who do have the ability, seriously open up your mind to the possibility that not everything requires money. Not every problem requires money to be solved. And so the next video I'm going to do, I was planning on doing, after my first week in class, which is actually, I just finished up my first week. So I'm going to go ahead and start on that video and give you an idea of how things have gone during my first week.